Hi everybody, welcome back on another technical demo around the serverless function. My name is Daniel O. I'm working for Red Hat as a technical marketing major. In this video, I'm going to showcase how to create the function project based on Node.js framework, and we're going to use OpenShift serverless container platform based on function serverless capability. Let's get started. So based on OpenShift serverless operator, the RACE version 1.11, which is based on OpenShift 4.6 cluster, you can have a powerful CLI command line experience based on local application development for specifically your function application, and you can deploy and build that application based on build path. And we're going to use K-enable service command line, also known as KEN CLI. And we have a multiple project template, Quarkus Node.js Go, and we can trigger that function based on cloud event and HTTP protocol. We're going to talk a little bit about demonstrate a Node.js for this demo. Let's get into demo. So here is our sample application project, Node.js-func. As you can see, there's no resource at this moment, no pod, no resource at this moment. All right. So let's create the function project for Node.js application. We're going to use the kn command line, kn func, create the Node.js-func. This is the function name. And then as a default, the runtime is Node.js. So the Node.js function project automatically generated. And then let's open IDE tool to take a look at the more detail how implement this project. So function name, Node.js func, and the namespace and image digest are not defined at this moment, or we're going to specify in the next command line. Don't worry about that. And we're going to use the, okay, so let's take a look at that, the sample application JavaScript here. So how to handle, invoke your get or post method from end user or the RESTful API. All right, pretty simple. And next step, we're going to deploy this application. Actually, the deploy command line include the build capability as well. So let's try to run kn func deploy, and we're going to specify external container registry when you build this application, and then we need to push this container image. So query.io, one of the options, you can actually use Docker Hub as well. And then we're going to specify namespace like a Node.js-func we saw earlier. And then as you can see, we're going to use Node.js builder image and runtime image. Once you build the Node.js application, we're going to push that containerized image into the query.io. In the meantime, our the func YAML file already update automatically along with the build output. So when you go to a log file on our OpenShift container platform, this application is already running based on K-enable service and capability. So here is an endpoint to access this function through OpenShift router. So let's try to access the endpoint using call command or the HTTP PI utility. So I'm going to pass down one parameter based on JSON format. So name is Daniel O, and when you trigger the endpoint using HTTP protocol, I got the recent message. Pretty cool. So this part will be scaled down to 0 automatically in next 30 seconds, which is a default configuration. So we're going to add a new label in this application like a Node.js. So you can see the pretty awesome Node.js icon in the part, because we're going to create a new project for handling cloud event, not HTTP protocol. So let's give some little bit more time to scale down to 0 this application. In the meantime, let's take a look at what kinds of command lines we could use to create and build, deploy the Quarkus Node.js application based on kn func. So you can actually specify specific runtime, Node.js, Quarkus, or Go, and also you can trigger your function, HTTP request, but also you can use cloud event. And then you can also build this function separately with the deployment. And in order to build your function, you can specify image name or external registry, etc. As you can see, we already used KN func deployment features to deploy this application. Okay, now the Node.js pod will be scaled down to 0 completely, and then let's try to trigger this application one more time to make sure these applications get up automatically, just like serverless capability with different parameter like OpenShift, serverless, and function with Node.js. So luckily, the Red Hat runtime subscription support Node.js as cloud-native runtime environment as well. Okay, so automatically and magically, your Node.js application is spin up just like a serverless behavior pretty fast. In the next step, we're gonna create a new project, but we're gonna use cloud event trigger rather than HTTP. It's more feasible to cloud-native application based on event-driven architecture. So we're gonna pass down -t parameter with the event, and then we can find a new project here. And then let's open up func YAML file and a new function name, the Node.js-func-event, and then we're gonna use trigger event. And then when you open indexed JavaScript, you can find the cloud event implementation. It's already generated during the creating project. It's very simple. And it changes directory to right project, Node.js-func and event. And let's try to deploy this application into external registry. I'm going to use again my query.io, my credential. In the namespace, we're going to use the same namespace in OpenShift container platform. As you can see, we're going to use Node.js builder image, just like the previous one, and the runtime image, and then we're going to use the build path to build this application. And once we're done the building application, we actually push new containerized image into query.io on my credential, and then we are this application ready to deploy on OpenShift container platform as Knative service. So, and when you take a look at that func YAML file, the all image stream already updated based on our Knative deployment output. So this Node.js pod is running very well, and in the meantime, it's already scaled down to 0. Just like a serverless behavior. Let's try to add a new cloud source event to trigger this application. Just the select ping source, and then we're gonna data message like a Node.js function events, and schedule every single 1 minute or this ping source trigger our Node.js func event pod automatically and repeatedly. Let's create this one and just give it some more time to call the pod application. Okay, so Node.js is just running up, and click on the view log, and then take a look at that logs. And we can find here the cloud event received from the ping source, and then the message is Node.js function event. So this is a really simple way how to create your Node.js application for serverless and function based on OpenShift serverless capability. So you can find the two functions already we deployed in our OpenShift container platform. If you don't need to maintain some specific function any longer, you just delete it. And then we just delete the ping source as well. And it will be deleted in next few seconds. As you can see, it's already deleting all resources like a service and revision or OpenShift all resources related to serverless. So make sure to retrieve the function list, and then you can find there's only one function. All right, thank you for watching. If you have any question around Node.js for cloud-native runtime or OpenShift serverless function capability, please let us know. We are more than happy to address your question. Have a good rest of the day.